right, so very short stage in front of us. Should be business as usual of our abilities. Coming into this section here, high speed 5 right long. Just watch the understeer.
6 right.
Now, looking over the weekend, third season, longer season. As you can see, we have more rallies to take care of, and we've got a new season ahead of us. We're going to be telling everyone that last season might have been a mistake, but we have the mental fortitude to learn from it and improve and show everyone that we may be knocked down, but we won't stay down for long. It's time to show everyone that we are going to take this season and drive the piss out of this car. Let's get started.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, CD Racing here. I know that's a little bit of a different intro than what we usually do here on the channel, and it's going to be a little different still. Just wanted to check in and say, hi, welcome to episode 12 of our Dirt Rally 2 career mode playthrough. I thank you guys so much for joining us today. Like I said in the past, we've got a big hurdle to get over. Harder season, harder car, harder opponents, and only us and our will to improve to possibly give us a chance at winning season 3 of our career mode. Here we
go. 30, crest and 3 left long, and 5 right long, 30. 3 right, into 2 left. Into 2 right, extra long, tightens cut, opens 6 right, into 3 left long, opens over crest, 100, turn unseen, 2 left tightens, 30, 2 right long, opens 50, crest and don't cut, 1 left long, unseen, 30, 6 right long, 80, slow, 4 left of a crest, into 1 right, tightens, don't cut, 60, 4 left, into 6 right of a crest, into 1 left tightens, 50, flat middle of a crest, 150, 1 right long, into 2 left, into 3 right, into 3 left long, tightens 2, into 1 right long, opens 6, into 2 left long, 30, 1 left, and 1 right long, opens flat of a crest, 80, 5 left, extra long of a crest, and jump maybe, into 6 right, 30, small cut, 5 left of a crest, bump, 50, 6 right long, and keep left of a 50, 2 left long tightens. Into 3 right, 30, small cut, 3 left, into 5 right long, 160. Keep left of a crest, 50, 6 right long of a crest tightens, into 5 left long of a crest tightens, and 6 right, into 6 left long, tightens 4 of a crest, into slow, 1 right long, don't cut, into 2 left long, into 2 right long, into 6 left, 30, keep middle of a crest, slow 30, crest and turn 2 right, 30, flat crest and 6 right, extra long of a crest, 30, 6 left, 50, flat right, 100, 3 right long, opens and tightens, 50, turn 2 left long, into 2 right long, opens of a crest, 50, crest and 2 left, small cut, into 5 right long, into 6 left, 50, 5 right, and 4 left long, tightens of a crest, to crest, into 3 right long, opens, 80, flat middle of a crest, 80, slow, keep right into narrow, 6 left long, 50, turn 1 left, don't cut, 50, 4 right long, 100, flat middle of a crest, 150, slow, 6 left into turn, 1 left cut, 50, 5 left long, into 6 right, extra long, 60, flat, long crest, 30, don't cut, 6 right, into small cut, 5 left, into 6 right of a crest, 50, narrow, flat right of a crest, 50, 3 left tightens, into 2 right, into 4 left of a crest, into 5 right, into 6 left, small cut, 50, 6 left, into 6 right, extra long, tightens 3 right, into 5 left, and 2 right, extra long, tightens, into 5 left long, of a crest, into 6 right, into 4 left, and slow, 4 right, into open hairpin left long, tightens, 50, 3 right, tightens small cut, into 2 left, 30, 4 right long tightens, 150, 5 left, extra long, 60, 5 right long of a crest, opens, to keep left of a jump, into 5 right, 50, 6 left, opens of a crest, into 5 right of a jump, to crest, and 6 left, into 6 right, 30, slow, 4 right long, opens of a crest, into 5 right long, into 4 left, and keep right of a crest, turn 2 left long tightens, into 2 right, don't cut, 5 right, into 3 left, and keep right, into 6 left, 30, 3 left long, and narrow, 4 right, don't cut, 50, 3 right tightens, 50, 4 left long, opens of a crest, 50, 3 left tightens, 30, 3 right, opens 30, 3 right, and keep left, into 6 right, 6 left, 2 right long opens. 30. 6 right into 5 left, extra long, tightens 4. And cut 3 left into 2 right. And 2 left long into 3 right, very long, opens 6 right of a crest into 4 left, small cut, 50, keep right of a jump, 70, 6 left, extra long of a crest, tightens turn 4, 50, 4 right long, don't cut, into 3 left long, opens of a crest, into 4 right, small cut, 30, 4 left long, into turn 3 right long, 30, 4 right long, into 4 left, tightens 3, into 4 right, into 3 left long, over finish, 50, to stop, well done.
All right, so first true test done, and a 15-second victory over the course of 10-ish miles. Pretty solid start, not gonna lie. Now, there were a couple brush-ins there. We are definitely not acclimated to this car to the best of our abilities, but as you can see from the glorious fish shaking, we are happy to come away with a victory back-to-back stages, and most of this damage was on the car when we bought it. So I'm going to say this is quite the successful introduction to the Datsun 240Z. 3rd season, new season. And like I said, it's going to be a lot tougher than the last ones. We are really having a driving. Now, looking at the stage notes, got a little bit of body damage, wheel wobbling, you know, the usual. But event time, we have a narrow lead, and that is going to remain consistent throughout this entire weekend. We have to be on our game the entire time. Stage 3, 7.13 miles. All right, after the service stage, let's see how bad the damage is and get back out there ASAP Rocky. And now, looking over what the actual damage is, a little bit of radiator damage to be expected. We had a couple, front-end collisions there that were minor, and then bodywork damage, wheel geometry, and lights. Compared to what we were looking at last season in these service stages, quite the improvement. And as you can see, cheaper, $3,200 to fix all that. I believe on the Egg, that was like a $6,000 service station. So not only is the season going to be harder, well, maybe not only, but the season's going to be harder, but thankfully repairs seem like they're going to be more forgiving. And real quickly, I was looking over the stages to determine what tire compound to go with next, and I decided that the mediums were the best. Thought for a second about bringing an extra spare because, we crash sometimes, but opting not to. Let's see how stage 3 goes.
30, crest and don't cut, 3 right long tightens, into 3 left of a crest long tightens. Good luck.
All right, so quite a few instructions coming in right at the beginning here. We're going to go ahead and light it up. Lights go up, so do the revs. Hold it down, and dump the clutch and locks the car. Now I'm going to be talking to you guys as we go through these stages, and like I said, the rear-wheel drive, things to get used to. You're going to see me turning in very early here. Try to rotate the car early to allow the rear tires to kind of do their own thing, power out accordingly. And you'll see me do that a lot. You're going to see me turning in early because when I don't, that corner right there is a perfect example. You see me understeering, kind of just skating throughout the corner, trying to fight understeer. But at the same time, if I grab handbrake and turn in too early, that's what happens right there. Luckily, it didn't fall into that river right there. That would have been awful. But 2 right tightens don't cut. So hard on the brakes here. Downshifting one time. Probably should have gone for a little bit of a flick. Grabbing the handbrake just a little bit to swing that rear end out and grab it pretty decently. 3 right into 5 left. So again, turn in early, catch the car, power out as early as you can. And now, I wish that I had a foot cam for these videos, because now that I'm driving not only the unpredictability of the rear-wheel drive, but we are back in a stick-shift vehicle, and it's a 6-speed, so if you had a cam on my feet as I'm driving this car, they're going absolutely bananas this entire time. But apparently not bananas enough, because we are down 2 seconds to the stage leader at the current moment, and currently in 4th place. We've got a 5 right into an open hairpin left. We're going to see how we approach this. You see me downshifting early. Those reps were quite high. Still getting used to the feel of the car, As you drive the cars, you get used to the gearing. 3rd gear feels a lot different than 4th, not just because of the speed you can reach, but they have different lengths, different useful areas, that kind of thing. So getting used to the car here. Sometimes you're going to hear me approach these corners with the revs very high because I'll downshift, you know, maybe one more time than I should have. Or sometimes I'll be in these corners so you're going to hear the car bog down like this. Probably should have been in a lower gear there so I could power out earlier, but I was not. You see me just fighting the car. Not the appropriate amount of power again. Car bogging down. Probably should have downshifted there again. Now, I don't remember what gear I'm in, and because I'm in first person, I don't know what gear I'm in. If you guys, especially for this season, if you guys want to see that little speedometer come up that shows you the speed of the gear, let me know down below. I will add that back. I have the option to do so, but for now, going for kind of the minimal aesthetic, only the calls and the stage tracker on screen. And early goings, you're going to see exactly what I was talking about in New Zealand, as we have gained about a second on the stage leader. The sections feel very pronounced. You have a little bit of a medium speed section there, and now we are back into the jungle, like medium speed at its absolute highest, but kind of low speed. You got a 3 right and an open hairpin left here. Again, watch how you monitor it. Should have flicked the car in, had to grab handbrake, and ended up cutting in too shallow. A little bit of a risky exit there, and that's what I'm talking about. We still have a lot of training and getting used to with this car as we are, again, navigating understeer. We have to send this car early, and trust me, I'm thinking all of this in my head as we're doing this, because I know this is being recorded, and that happens in my head as I'm driving. I have to tell myself, oh man, I'm going to have to explain that one while I do the voiceover. That's tough, but I know I have to get used to the car, and I'm doing okay. I have very, very minimal experience in rear-wheel drive rally cars, and I'm trying my best to cope with them, especially with the harder difficulty, and it seems like we're doing okay here. Looks like we're going to come to the end of a split here. We'll get a catch-up on how well we're doing, and see right there, when you turn the car in early, and you can then power out accordingly and have a great exit line. Now, we are now down 2 seconds again, but not losing too much time. And like I said, we are going for the harder car on the harder season, so we're not trying to outright win every single rally. And if anything, it's better that it's more realistic. It builds tension. You know, you guys don't want to see me show up and blow everyone out by 30 seconds every race. We got to build that tension, right? I can only do so much with music in the background. If the race isn't interesting, it's not interesting. And you see me now sliding over the stage, just working the wheel a lot in these cars. At speed, when your foot is pedal to the metal in these rear-wheel drive cars, in my opinion, that's when you have the most amount of control. It's in the middle of the turns, right there, when you have to swing the rear end out and kind of just feather the throttle until you know you have enough exit angle to just floor it out of there. That's when you're really driving these cars. When you're at speed and a somewhat-ish straight line, or even slow-ish turns where you can just keep your foot pinned, that's when you have the most control over these vehicles. But it's all of these, any turn under a 3 or equivalent to a 3, I'm driving the car. You'll watch it right here. 5 left, no problem. 3 right, send it in early. Monitor your throttle, catch it, and power out accordingly. That's what we're doing in these low-speed corners. We got a 1 left here. Again, coming out of the left angle, grabbing a little bit of handbrake because I was shallow and not enough, drifting towards the outside there. We got the 1 right, catch it with the drift into a hairpin left again. When I don't send it, got to grab handbrake. Works out decently for me there, okay. And having to get used to those handbrake pulls, you know, in the front-wheel drive car, I was relying on the handbrake quite a bit to negotiate or navigate through the understeer. And this car, the handbrake is really only an emergency, like you do not have nearly enough angle to take this corner at speed. Use that handbrake, kick the rear end out so that you can catch it accordingly. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we might have an advanced rally calls video coming out soon. I've been listening to the comments. I know what's going on here, but we're not going to shed any secrets too much. You're just going to watch me attempt to drive this car, as I am still all over the place in these low-speed sections. You can tell the work needs to be done. I am navigating all of these 1 calls, all of these hairpin calls. Amateur at best is what's going on here, but I believe the splits are even. As you see on the left-hand side, we lose 1, we gain 1, we lose 1, we gain 1. We're going to see at the end of split 5 how we're tracking here. And again, every time you see me drift towards the outside there, if you want to really analyze my driving, it pretty much boils down every time, did I send it accordingly? You see right there, too shallow, not enough angle, bouncing all over the road, and you're just going to see that the entire time. However, we are getting used to the car. We are maintaining pace. We now have about a second to the stage leader, and the time that pops up on your screen is actually not my distance to the stage leader. It's how fast I was compared to the stage leader during that split. So right there, it said I was up a little over 2 seconds, but overall, only a second on the stage leader. So, you know, got so distracted, I forgot that I hit the wall there, but minor damage. We've definitely had worse. 4 left, gonna see how we set this up here. Into 4 right, so we know. Catch it early, flick it again is the ideal call, and okay speed there, navigating to the best of our abilities. 4 right into 2 left, flick it early, you know you got the 2 left, into a hairpin right, so keep it in this gear hard on the brakes, flick it in early, no handbrake needed, catch your angle, power out accordingly. That is probably the best example of how to actually navigate a rear-wheel drive car that I have given y'all this episode. 3 left and a hairpin left. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Try and send it in early. You hear me balancing on those high revs, downshifting a little too early, having to feather the throttle to not just rev bomb into that corner. Catching it decently. Again, I have a lot of things that I have to get used to with this car. I have to rev match, got to be in the right gear, got to catch the rear end, got to make sure I'm not getting on the throttle too early. So many things going through your mind as you're driving this car, and this is 100% a trial by fire. But by all means, could be going a lot worse. The Egg was definitely the easier car to drive, and we had plenty of problems in that thing, so I'm not going to count my eggs in my basket, whatever it is. Alright, so anyways, besides forgetting how words work, we are navigating the car okay, but I'm not going to get a little too excited yet. We got a 4 right long over a decently maintained drift there. Something I'm still getting used to is actually drifting the car. Like I've said a million times, rear-wheel drive experience is minimal for me, so catching these slides and not just completely bogging down the car to save it, but actually powering out and maintaining momentum is definitely the hardest part. But these quick S's sections where I have to flick the car back and forth very quickly to maintain speed, that's, like I said, trial by fire. You know, I want to continue to go as fast as I can, and over that split, a 6-second gap was gained over the stage leader, so obviously something was working correctly. And in the hairpin there, decent entry, mid-tier exit. Could have been a little bit better. We got a 3 right here, send it in accordingly, power out as soon as we made it, and we were getting close to bread and butter at this point, but we're not going to count it just yet. 2 right long, so send it in not as aggressively. You're going to maintain your angle longer, and then power out when you know it opens up for you. Right into another 2 left, into caution, open hairpin right, so we're going to watch our speed here. Ideally, very, very lucky that the stage was wide in that particular section because we sent it way faster than we should there. 2 right into 3 left long. So aggressive send into that 2 right long. I believe we actually grabbed some handbrake there, and then open hairpin right tight. It's a little bit of a confusing and misleading call. We're just going to send it at an angle, then catch it as you see the stage in front of us. Worked out decently for us, and then not prepared for the subsequent corner. 2 right tightens again, very tight section, and I've said that many times before to Zealand. It's either very, very tight technical sections like in a jungle area or hauling through some, it kind of looks like farmland. Right now we are most definitely in the jungle. I would play that song if it wasn't copyrighted. As we cross the finish line, an 11-second victory over the 7-mile stage. So that is almost as big a gap over our 10-mile stage in one that is 3 miles less. So our skills improving over the course of the weekend. Looking good for a stage weekend for sure. And this car looks oddly fantastic covered in dirt. I have never seen someone rally a 240 in real life, but there's that Stratos that everyone probably thought we should have taken. No. Nissan for the win, JDM for the win. If Toyota decided to actually have fun and put the Celica in this game, this career mode would be boring because I drive it every time. But we found a way to throw JDM into rally, and it's working so far. Stage 4, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Let's see what we're looking at there. The sprint. And apparently for karma of butchering the name of this stage, nothing interesting happened, but as you can see as we cross the line, 4-second gap to the stage leader, actually technically in 3rd place. But, you know, if you haven't figured out by now in a rally, position doesn't matter. It's all about timing. So losing 4 seconds on that stage. And we are going to get to the point of this career mode where we skip stages because we have quite a few over the course of the weekend. So, like I said, not all of these stages as important. That one was a short one. No major collisions, just, you know, mid-pace. I was playing it safe. I had quite a few decent stages back-to-back, especially that were long. And I said in this one, let's just make sure we finish. Minor body damage, you know, a couple brushes with the wall, and gearbox whining purely from wear. Maybe my driving. I am abusing the clutch in this car, but, you know, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. And going up for stage 5 in the Waimarama sprint forward, 5.7 miles, a sprint indeed. 5 miles with this stage is quite quick, as you saw a lot of straight lines. Looking over damage to the vehicle, gearbox issues, bodywork damage from a couple brush-ins, wheel geometry, the same reason, and the lights as well. So looking over how much these repairs are going to cost, less than $4,000 to fix all of those. Why did we not race this thing from the start? Now again, looking over the weekend, over stage 5 and 6, both less than 6 miles, which gives me the confidence to lock in a particularly fun tire choice here for these next couple stages. That's right, we are going to the soft tires. Soft tires, maximum current, short stage. We are going to try and make up the 4 seconds we lost there because our gap is not nearly as large as we are used to. So loading in stage 5, T Serrano stage here with a 5:39. We know what we have to do to beat him, and we have driven this stage very recently for one of our no commentary runs. So luckily not going into this one completely blind. Let's see if we can use a little bit of track knowledge with what we've gained from this car to put together a solid stage to shoot our way up to the top as far as the timing goes, and maybe be able to coast our way to an easy victory here, but we'll see what happens. 2 right, tightens cut. Watch your speed early. Again, on the exit, you want to get on the power as early as you can, but not risk spinning the car, which is very possible here in these rear-wheel drive vehicles. Now, unseen 2 left, tightens. Go ahead and watch your speed on the entry here. Keeping it in the higher gear, downshifting 1 time, actually make that 2. And then a little bit of understeer on the corner there, not sending it as early as I could have. 2 right opens 50, so watch your angle. Send it in with the handbrake, grabbing quite a bit. Had to catch the car and bog down there a little bit. 1 right tightens, don't cut. So stick towards the out-hand side here. That's why you had that don't cut call. You see rocks on the inside there, avoiding that to the best of our abilities. 6 right 80, gonna get our speed back. Sending it through these roads, and this car is sketchy at best. I love simulators in these games because you really can feel the difference on some of these cars. This car, when you are at speed, it feels like an 80s Japanese car getting sent down a dirt road. It's scary. It's unpredictable. 6 right into 1 left tighten, watching our speed here. Downshifting quite a few times. 3 downshifts there. Pretty nice heel toe for me, if I do say so myself, but catching the car early. A little bit of a straight line here into a 1 right long, so watch your speed here. Don't get too carried away. You see me slowing down early. Just easy on the downshifts. Catch the car, powering out earlier, trying to, but getting too close to the inside. That front right tire got caught on the dirt there, and you saw me fighting the car quite a bit. Probably lost a couple tenths there, but at the moment up almost 3 seconds from the stage leader. So track knowledge doing quite well by us right now. And a 1 right into 6 right opens, so go ahead and power out early into 2 left long. So as much as I've been talking about how New Zealand has rather predictable stage sections, this one seems to be throwing quite a few low-speed corners at us, and then throwing in a little burst of high speed, and that really tests your patience and how well you listen to the calls. You know, right here we had a 2 into a 2 into a 1 right, now open 6 into 5 left, extra long over crest, over jump maybe, so we have a very high-speed section coming up ahead of us, and it might just be that the track is finally starting to open up as we are sending it through this section. Quite the early send there, getting on the inside. Catch the car to the best of our abilities. He's still fighting with the car, try to catch it. And staying out of the fence, thankfully. Luckily to come away there with no damage. And now, are we beached? No, we are not. Decided to not go at it with such aggressive revs. Don't want to spin those tires. Luckily not getting bogged down in the sand, but obviously losing quite a bit of time there. We do not like to restart on this channel. Our mistakes are our mistakes, and as much as I said, have the knowledge of this stage, a big spin there is going to lose us time, especially at the difficulty we race at now. Is 3 left, small cut. Let's see how well we take that. Small cut, kind of taken. I didn't really send it there. I was too busy trying to catch the car instead of powering out early, but I want to see what the gap to the stage leader is at the end of this to see if it's too much to make up. 6 right long over crest tightens, as we are now very much so into the high-speed sections. 10-second gap to the stage leader, effectively melting our advantage at the moment. We know we have to lock in for the rest of the stage. If we can just keep the gap at 10 seconds, we can say that the stage had a mistake, and we will try our best to bounce back from it. But at the moment, sending it through these relatively high-speed sections, 1 right long, don't cut, coming out of nowhere. There are those rocks on the inside right here that don't cut, and that's us catching the car and powering out like clockwork. 2 left into 2 right long. Watch the difference in the angles that I approach these corners. You see this 2 right long. The flick was not nearly as aggressive because as it's longer, I know I'm going to be able to power out early because of the angle of the corner. Now we've got a 2 right here. We're going to flick it in early. Little mini Scandi flick there. Get the car turned in early and power out as soon as we can. Could have been executed a little bit better, but still a solid way to maintain power right into this high-speed section. We are going to try and gain as much speed and time back as we can in this section right here. Absolutely flying in the stage at the moment in 6th gear, at the top of it as well, into 3 right. Slow the car down, catch up for the 3 right, and power out as soon as we can right into the 2 left long. So managing speed decently here, and if you look at the timing board on the left-hand side, we carried much more confidence through that high-speed section than the AI did. It looks like we have made quite a bit of time back as we, again, eating the inside of the stage there. Go ahead and cut it too early is what happened there. But again, I'm more interested in the gap. 6 seconds is now the gap to the leader, and I guess sometimes it shows you the gap to the leader. Sometimes it shows you the section difference, because I know for a fact that we were not 6 seconds slower than the AI in that section, because as you can see on the left-hand side, we are now neck and neck with them once again. it would appear that our advantage, at least for this particular rally, is in the high-speed sections. We send it with, I guess, much less care than the AI does, because we do not care. I grew up watching Ken Block. If you don't send it, then you are not a race car driver, and maybe the confidence gets to me too much. Hitting the outside wall there into the one left, catching it okay, and I believe I stayed in third gear right there, catching it with the momentum and powering out as early as I can. Mitigating damage here. Now we're still driving on the edge. I knew I had to really just drive the beams out of the car to not lose all that time that we got from spinning out. 6 left into 1 left. When are we going to hit the brakes? Early. Be safe. Rather be safe than sorry than hit that cliff on the right-hand side, and that's exactly what we did there. 5 left into 6 right, extra long. So again, back into the high-speed sections here, just upshifting through the gears. 60 in front of us, flat long crest. So again, all the way to the end here, it's just going to be pedal to the metal. Let's see how much we were able to bring that gap down from the spin. And able to make about 5 seconds. Oh my God. Wow. Thank God that they teleport you. All right, so besides the fact that we definitely just murdered that Marshal if they didn't teleport us, decent stage from us, considering, you know, the spin lost us about 10 seconds, able to gain 5 seconds back over the course of the stage. So not a complete loss, but a net loss overall. 5 seconds lost, again, not ideal. We're going to go ahead and continue through the rally, and I believe we are still in the lead as far as timing goes. Going into stage 6 here, back on the stage that I won't try to pronounce again, but backwards, technically the forward, but the first time we did it backwards. You get
starts 40, 6 left into 3 right long, opens 30. Good luck.
All right, so as long as we avoid a very early spin and back-to-back stages, we should be on the right path to make up some valuable time in this stage. As we said, we lost 5 seconds the last time, so just get through these first couple corners cleanly, avoid an early spin, and we should be A-okay.
Sudden turn 2 left.
So it happened again. Yeah, could not have spoken that into existence better if I tried. Back-to-back stages, early spins, losing us times. That was almost carbon copy of last stage. I believe after that spin, we were down about 12 seconds, brought it down to 6 seconds. So a loss is a loss, and that's a back-to-back stages in which we are losing time. 4th place overall over that stage, and obviously, like I said, about 6 seconds to the leader. And now you can see our gap to 2nd place is a mere 3.5 seconds. This is competition like we have never felt before, finally being punished for our mistakes. But it's going to force us to really lock in here and drive this car. Now we are into what I'll consider the extra stages. Stages 7 and 8, longest weekends we have ever had on the course of this channel. And the car looks decent despite the crashes. So $1,600 poured into the car. We've got 2 relatively short stages, less than 3 miles and just over 4 miles. So we're going to go back-to-back soft tires. We need to lock in.
Starts 1 right very long, opens 30, 1 left tightens. Good luck.
All right, 350.5, the time of the person we need to beat. We know what we need to do. We know the stage. Let's see how it goes. Lights go down, launching the car into an immediate 1 right very long. So send the car in early, catch your angle. Catching it a little too early, you see me kind of understeering out of the corner there, but we have to power out as early as possible. We know we need to kick it into high gear here. 1 left tightens. So, not sending the car in early. You see, again, battling understeer. Not off to the greatest start here, but we got a series of S's right here. Let's see how well we navigate these. Huge angle into the first one. Kind of unsettles the car through the rest. Catch it decently. We've got a 1 right here yet again. Again, find your initial angle. Patch your drift. Power out accordingly. Decent execution there into a 1 right tightens. Don't cut. Again, catch your angle. Watching the cut there, you see that wall on the inside. Luckily didn't hit it, but definitely could have taken that clean. We've got a 2 left right here into 3 right. So again, back into these little S sections. The key for these consecutive direction changing corners is to not send it too aggressively, especially in these rear-wheel drive cars, because then you're just drifting. And although drifting looks cool, it's ridiculously slow, and that's obviously not what we're going here for. So we got a 4 into 2 left, don't cut into 4 right. So again, changing direction. You know, we've got the 4 right here. Send it in accordingly. Just catch your angle like this. And down a second to the stage leader. So we know we've got to pick it up. 3 right opens 30. Catch the angle here. Into it, open hairpin right. So Let's see how we navigate this one. Slowing the car down, watching the downshift, grabbing a little bit of handbrake to get the car turned in there because our Scandi flicks are just non-existent right now. We're having trouble sending the car in early. Maybe a lack of confidence from some of those earlier spins in the weekend, but right now is not the time to be scared because we have a job to do. So again, a little bit of a high-speed section here into a braking section. We've got an S's section again here. Again, watch your angles. Too shallow that time. First time it was too big, now it's too shallow. The execution is piss poor at best at the moment, but we are considering decent pace. 3 right, don't cut. You see the massive drop on the inside. Those little poles aren't actually going to stop the car at all. So 2 left, tightens, don't cut. Watch your angle, kind of stick it towards the outside to make sure you don't hit whatever's on the inside. 3 left, don't cut. Through narrow gauge, stay in the middle of the track so you don't hit the... almost hitting that bridge there, but we did not. We got another 3 left, don't cut ahead, and we're going to see why right now. Another wall on the inside that we are just going to have to tiptoe around and power out early. 4 left, don't cut. Again, a lot of don't cuts because of this cliff to our left. You're going to hear it many times. Another 4 left into slow 2 right, very long. So we hear that slow call come in. Downshifting early, flick the car in for the 2 right, hold your drip and power out early. Front right wheel got caught on that little bank there, and that power was going absolutely nowhere. So this is a mid-stage, to say the least. We're keeping decent pace, but our execution could be significantly better. Again, through this hairpin right here, throw it in early, powered out too early, and you see me having to correct and let off the gas just to not understeer off the stage. So these low-speed sections still very much our Achilles heel, you could say, in this early going here, but time has been made up. 0.07 seconds separating us from the stage leader. This is neck and neck, and now we do technically have the 3-second advantage. We do not want to just rest our morals on that and drop speed and play it safe. We need to build the gap here. You see through this final section here, finally pushing. It looks like everything is starting to connect in this final section. We have a little bit of confidence. The 3 right could have been taken with a little bit more confidence, but staying in the middle of the track, avoiding damage is always going to be the best outcome in rally. 3 left, don't cut into 1 right, so heavy braking zone. Flick it in for the 3 left, into the 1 right, catch the wheel in the drift, power out early into the 20, over 6 right into slow 1 left, tightens. So again, the 6 right is deceiving. You know we have to slow it down for the 1 right, dropping multiple gears, catching the angle, powering out early, barely keeping it on the stage there. 60 over, stop. Let's see what the final time is for this stage, because that was quick, and that is a 4-second victory. Absolutely shining in that last sector for sure. That was neck and neck the entire stage, and we brought it right at the end.
I think we have a good chance of a win in that stage.
And at no point in our career have I been as genuinely excited to hear those words, because that was quick. The pressure was on, but now the gap a little bit more favorable. 54.9, 59 is the stage time. Oh, that's the splits, that is. And yes, as you see, that final split was when time was made, and 0 stage notes. Love to see it. So now, about a 7.5 second gap to T. Serrano going into this last stage. So even if he is the stage leader, we know as long as we beat him, this rally weekend is pretty much in the bag. And an absolute victory like this to bounce back from the way we ended last season would be fantastic.
Flat crest 30, crest and don't cut, 3 right long, tightens, into 3 left over crest long, tightens. Good luck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, lights go down, but the pressure is up. 1 stage to minimize mistakes, keep a solid pace, and all we have to do is not lose 7-ish seconds to T. Serrano. Obviously, an easier said than done task, especially in New Zealand in the rear-wheel drive H3. This vehicle has proven very unforgiving in early goings here, almost drifting towards the outside of the stage. That is quite the wake-up call early goings here. Drifting over the bridge, that was definitely a Gymkhana wheel drop on that front left, but we're going to keep it going here. If it runs, it guns, and that's what we're going to run with here. Exactly, 2 right, tightens. Watch your angle, kicking it out and powering out as early as you can. Trying to utilize everything we've learned about this particular car over the course of the weekend. Like I said, this was a trial by fire, but sometimes that's the best way to learn if you don't get burned. We've got a 6 right, opens over crest 30. Watching our angle here into the 4 left long, tightens 3, it's going to be deceiving, so we're going to watch our speed. Quick little tap of the brakes and a single downshift. Actually make that 2 downshifts through this section right here. We're going to keep it at higher revs just in case there's a low speed section, but it looks like it's going to open back up for us. Upshifting, I believe, into 5th. And we've got a 5 right, open hairpin left, so very deceiving stage into a rapidly closing down section. We've got a 4-second gap at the moment over T. Serrano, I believe, and that is a huge advantage early.
30.
Huge flick into this corner right here, and it goes ahead and pays off for us as we power out as early as possible. We are moving here. The urgency is there. The techniques are a little bit better than they have been this weekend, and as you see the Scandi flick sending the car in early, they're not aggressive, but the ability to flick the car in and the confidence I'm feeling right now is definitely evident if you really know what it's like to drive these rear-wheel drive cars. You see me now entering corners at the opposite angle, flicking it in, holding your angle, and powering out accordingly just like that. These low-speed sections no longer an Achilles heel on this run, which is going to play very well in our favor because we've made it work so far, only having quite the advantage on the high-speed sections. 3 right long over crest. We're going to see how we do this because crests tend to be very blind here. Not that bad, just a little bit of a bump in the road. We got 30 through gate, keep middle of the track so you don't blow your car up. Into 2 right long, so hard on the brakes. Luckily, the braking section not coming over that gate because those actual grates on the road are awful for braking. They're literal bumps that you go over. It unsettles the car. Luckily, not having to deal with that. 3 right into open, hairpin left. How are we going to approach this? Ideally, flick the car to the right and send it accordingly. Not able to do that, so we grab some handbrake, find our angle, power out just like this, and now a 5-second gap to the stage leader. Everything clicking when we absolutely need it to, but we are not out of the woods yet. Quite literally, 2 left into 6 right. Watch how we go here. Opens 50 into 3 right long tightens. So as much as I've said about New Zealand having rather predictable sections, this one tends to be throwing a lot of curveballs at us. You get a high-speed section into a rapid hairpin or a low-speed section that'll have 150 meters of a straightaway. Navigating it purely based off of the calls and the instinct that I have luckily developed in this car, really starting to feel quite comfortable in this rear-wheel drive vehicle. But like I said, it's not over till it's over. We've had confidence before, and we all know how that ended. But 1 sector left, realistically. 5 left into 2 right, tightens 1. So watch your angle here. Flick it in harder than you think because corner tightens up. Catch it just like that. Almost perfectly executed. Probably going about 4 miles an hour faster than I should have been for that to be a great execution right there. But as you can see, confidence in the car growing. We are absolutely flying right now. The shifts are feeling fantastic. Yet to miss one for most of this weekend. Not to brag, I am a pretty good driver, but the technique of the car is something to definitely pay attention to as the second are continuing to grow. 7-second gap now to the stage leader. We've got an open hairpin left. Send it in. Grab a little bit of handbrake because we can't flick the car. Catch it and power out early. We are growing so confident in our ability to do that. 5 left, caution, 2 right, tightens 1. Yet again, it's like rinse and repeat, and this time, catching it accordingly, proper speed. 6 left into 6 right, into 1 left, into 2 right long. So again, massive losses of speed here, but we are going so well flicking the car. 3 right long again. Flick the car in early. Not as aggressive as flick, but we're able to just power out of it, luckily. And maybe the soft tire's wearing down a little bit. You see the rear end starting to feel a little bit more loose. It was working for us in the beginning, but towards the later end of the stage, the rear end is becoming much more loose. You see, I'm not really having to induce the oversteer. It kind of just happens. So I have been doing quite a bit of drifting, as you have to do in these rear-wheel drive vehicles, and I would assume that those rear tires are pretty close to cooked, as you see me struggling with the rear end of the car here, even when I'm not on throttle. And now we've got an open hairpin left, realistically probably the last big drift of this stage. Navigating it well into 1 right, 30, and this 1 right, just baby the throttle. 6 left over crest, 30, open hairpin left. I was wrong. We have 1 more big turn ahead of us. Mini flick there just to catch your angle. A little bit of a handbrake grab, sending in accordingly. You see me fighting the steering wheel. I should have been using the throttle there, but it does not matter because we have held the pace. We have held our head high, and that is an 8-second victory and a 10-second victory over T. Serrano, and netting us, albeit a close one, a solid victory in our new season. They said it couldn't be done. They saw me continuously fumble front-wheel drive cars and thought, man, this guy's cooked. But look at the kid. In a Datsun 240Z, beating the Renault 5 turbos, destroying the Stratos. Hopefully this confidence does not come back to bite me in the ass, but at the moment, we have earned the right to boast a little bit after the way we ended last season, to bounce back with a victory in the harder car and a very difficult rally. And my word, 134 bones, make that 134,000 bones. That's what we'd like to see. Now, engine tuning 3 unlocked. What I forgot to mention is these used vehicles actually have some tuning upgrades on them. So now we have access to stage 3. First place in New Zealand, and up next, the place where it all went wrong last time. You want to talk about ultimate redemption? That's the one right there. But that is going to have to be for another episode. That is going to do it for this episode. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you appreciated this little mini comeback story. I hope you were able to enjoy it and learn as I am. But for now, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for stepping in. As always, feel free to heel toe that like and subscribe combo. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.